Hey everyone, and welcome to day 8 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Winchester movie review. A seemingly insane woman lives in a giant mansion that continues to be built, but it holds horrifying secrets. But how scary is it? So as far as the story goes, the Spirit Brothers directs this movie based on true events, where this film is set in a Escher-inspired house where it secludes an heiress to a firearm fortune that has caused quite a stir among anyone who is willing to stay there. This is a movie that I was really curious about because it looked actually pretty good according to the trailers. Nothing was exactly going on within the first half an hour of the film, maybe a few scenes here and there that were pretty freaky, but I stuck with it because I really wanted to see, in anticipation, what was all going to happen, instead of, you know, how I felt when I was actually kind of being spoiled when I watched the trailer. I felt like it was kind of hard to follow at times, and the story, you know, kind of goes here and there, so it kind of left me uninterested in that aspect. So as far as the casting goes, you've got Jason Clarke, who plays this doctor who comes in to assess the situation and diagnose Helen Mirren's character, who has to basically overcome even the elements that this house has to offer. You know, I thought, like, he was, okay. It was kind of confusing to figure out, what his, motivations were, but at least they're not terrible. He definitely is a worse off character than Helen Mirren's character, even though she has to deal with a lot, a death in the family, and then dealing with her own insanity because of living in this giant old house with a lot of things creeping in the night. I was left disappointed with the acting overall because of how it didn't feel right to see these pretty well-established actors in these not so established roles, and everyone else, including Sarah Snook, really just didn't impress me. So the things that I liked about this movie was that some, but not all, of the jump scares had me freaked out a few times. And the suspense had me on edge, so it was cool to see some of the scenes that either I was expecting or even not expecting to see. But I also loved how the production design added to the creepiness of the film. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that it did have some predictable scares. It just felt like I had already seen it coming, and even though I was left to wonder how, it was all going to happen, it just wasn't as impressive, and it got confusing towards the end, and I was thinking, okay, what the heck did I just miss? Because there are details that maybe you do need to pay attention to. There were some weird supernatural moments that I felt very unfitting for a movie like this, and it started to remind me of a movie that I really didn't like called 13 Ghosts. So overall, I would say that despite some of its creepiness, this movie really left me disappointed, and I really didn't know what to expect going in, but because I didn't have such high expectations for this film, it really ended up being just an average movie. So I would not recommend it. I really didn't find it exactly scary for the most part. So I would give this 2.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Winchester, and come back tomorrow for day 9 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates. Come back every week for a Trial Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.